Good morning, everyone. The House Environmental Committee will now come to order. Evan, could you take the roll?
Vitale,
Here.
Brown,
Designation.
Fleming, Hohenstein, Isaacson,
Hohenstein is a designation.
Kazim,
Designation.
Otten,
Designation.
Pielli, Rivera, Salisbury,
Designation.
Siegel,
Designation.
Steele,
Designation.
Takak, Webster, Rader, Bashline, Day, Flick, James, Mahaffey, Pugh, Schmidt, Schaefer, Stender, Twardzik, Wentling.
Okay. Mary, will you lead us in the pledge? Okay, before we begin, just a little bit of parliamentary housekeeping. We have changed the method by which we call up bills and resolutions per the instructions of the parliamentarian, so there's no longer the necessity for motions and seconds by members of the committee, so be aware of that. Okay, we have 4 items today. The first item is House Resolution 177 by Representative Mihalik. This is the Lowhead Dam Public Safety Awareness Month. The chair calls up House Resolution 177. Evan, will you read a summary of this resolution?
HR 177 designates April as Lowhead Dam Awareness Month.
Okay, we are going to afford the maker of the bill a brief statement on her resolution. Rep. Mihalik.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, for having me here today and allowing me to speak on House Resolution 177. I'm here to not only ask for your vote on House Resolution 77, declaring April as Lowhead Dam Month in Pennsylvania, but I'm also here to raise awareness about lowhead dams. 3 years ago, I had never heard of a lowhead dam. I didn't know that they were referred to as drowning machines. I didn't realize the danger they pose to people out on the water until May 22nd, 2022. My constituent, John Gentile, he was a beloved teacher at Bethel Park High School, uncle actually to one of my district office staffers, an experienced kayaker. He had taken his father out on the Delaware River for a ride on their kayaks, as they'd have done so many times before. And as they were passing over a dam, John got sucked into the current, and even his life vest wasn't enough to overcome the powerful hydraulic forces. And sadly, John lost his life that day. Just a few days ago on Easter Sunday here in Harrisburg at the Dock Street Dam, there were 2 kayakers going over the dam, fortunately spotted by 2 fishermen as they were struggling to come out. That dam alone has claimed 30 lives just here in Harrisburg. These dams are dangerous. They're often invisible to boaters crossing over them. It almost looks like an infinity pool. This is the Dock Street Dam. And people actually like to look at them. They're not, you can't really see the dam. You just see sort of this infinity pool. But it has this potential to create a hydraulic, like almost like a washing machine effect. And if you get sucked under there, even with a life vest, as in the case of my constituent, you cannot get out. There are requirements for signs for low-head dams. We've been working with DEP as they have updated their list and contacted the dam owners to ensure that there are safety precautions taken. But this was an opportunity to raise some awareness, have voters know what to look for as far as low-head dams are concerned, and just have that awareness that these are deadly. They can be deadly. So thank you so much for the opportunity this morning. I'd kindly ask for your vote.
Okay, and thank you, and thank you for your work on this issue. The question is, will the committee report House Resolution 177? Any discussion?
Representative Mihalik, I really appreciate you bringing this matter to everybody's attention. I think as we talk low-head dams, anything that brings awareness to these, killing machines, I think the Penn Lives called them, and drowning machines, anything that brings awareness and raises the awareness is really important. I just talked to friends who, work here in Harrisburg for the fire department, and they talked about the one just this past weekend. And I think if anybody pays attention to just the Dock Street Dam over this summer, you'll probably see no less than 4 or 5 incidents just involved with that one low-head dam. I can think of some low-head dams in my district that I'm aware of being a first responder, and I know of countless families that have been, affected because of that dam and have really had their lives flipped upside down because of, people being unaware of what's in the waterway or, poor signage. So anything that brings awareness to this important matter, I support. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, are there any negative votes on this resolution? Seeing none, the resolution passes unanimously and will be reported to the House. Thank you. Okay, the next bill is House Bill 586 by Rep. Friel. The chair calls up House Bill 586. The amendment that has been filed by Rep. Sender has been withdrawn. The question is, will the committee report House Bill 586? Rep. Rader, Chair Rader.
Thank you, Chairman. I know we're very close to an agreement. We thought we had one today on the amendments, but at the last second, I think the EP had some issues. So I'm going to vote no in the committee, but this is a really important bill that we have to get through. We have to help our farmers. They have to grow the products that we need, and we have to help the people that live around them so they can have the kind of lifestyle that they want. So this is an important bill to get done. We're extremely close to getting it done. It's disappointing we can't do it today, but Michael was kind enough to withdraw his amendments, and I expect to get it done on the floor. So I'll be a no today because the amendments have to be withdrawn, but I expect that amendments or something similar to go in on the floor, and then I'll be a yes vote there. Thank you.
Okay. Rep. Friel, would you like to say some words on your bill here?
Just want a big thank you for my friends across the aisle and Rep. Sender for withdrawing the amendment until we have that agreement, and I fully expect us to get there and to vote an amendment on the House floor before this gets over. It's a really important piece of legislation that we've been working on for the last 2 years with a lot of work from folks on both sides here. Honestly, one side here, which is the side of Pennsylvania and our farmers and protecting them. So, and that's been a really good working relationship. So I want to thank everybody here for that, and understanding the vote today. We're going to keep the process moving out of committee, and we're going to get then to the House floor with an amendment that we're all in agreement on. So thank you.
Okay. And if I haven't said this, the question is, will the committee report House Bill 586? Any further discussion on this bill? Okay. Seeing none, Evan, could you call the roll on this?
Vitale,
Yes.
Brown,
Designation yes.
Fleming, Hohenstein,
Designation yes.
Isaacson,
De-
Kazim,
Designation yes.
Otten,
Designation yes.
Pielli, Rivera, Salisbury,
Designation yes.
Siegel,
Designation yes.
Steele,
Designation yes.
Takak, Webster, Rader,
No.
Bashline, Day, Flick,
Designation no.
James,
Designation no.
Mahaffey,
Designation yes.
Pugh, Schmidt, Schaefer,
Designation no.
Stender, Twardzik, Wentling.
Okay, the bill passes and will be reported to the floor as reported. Next bill is House Bill 1210. The chair calls up House Bill 1210. The question is, will House Bill 1210, will the committee report House Bill 1210? Evan, could you give a brief summary?
House Bill 1210 establishes reporting requirements related to energy consumption for large-scale cryptocurrency mining operations.
Okay, this is my bill. The purpose is to identify and learn more about the growing cryptocurrency mining operations in Pennsylvania. The bill requires cryptocurrency mining operations to report information about what they do and requires the department to issue an impact report. I will report to the committee. I've had a discussion this morning with Rob Baer on this bill from the building trades, and he is fine with moving this bill today with the idea of working out some kinks when it gets to the House floor. So the question is, will the committee report House Bill 1210? Any discussion? Chair Rader?
I understand what you're trying to do with the bill, and for me, it's big government versus small government. I just am a little concerned that the state is going to get involved in which businesses are okay to come into the state, possibly, and which are not. I know this bill doesn't do that based on energy use, but I think that's where the direction could go, and because of that, I'm against the bill. I'd rather see the expansion of energy production so we have plenty of energy for everybody. I think that would be a better route to go, but I understand what you're trying to do. There's a concern there, but I just think it opens the door to something that I would be against, so I'm going to be a no on the bill. Thank you.
Okay, Mary?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciate your comments, Chair Rader, but I want to highlight the fact that we have a major energy problem going on here in the Commonwealth, not in production, but for consumption. And as the consumption grows through the different entities that are operating, we have to understand, we need to know what we're dealing with so that we can protect the average resident consumer whose prices are going to go up if we're not able to meet the energy needs that are drawn on the system. And so I'm supportive of this bill in the sense that it gives us an idea and a way to track the energy consumption that is ever increasing so that we can address the energy needs so that average citizens are not seeing their energy prices go up at the expense of these large businesses. So thank you, and I will be yes.
Okay, further discussion? Rep. Day?
Thank you, Chairman Vitale. I really appreciate the work that you've done, our careers together during all these years. We've worked together. You've been a voice on the floor for many of these issues, and I'm supportive of what you're trying to do, and I'm kind of stuck here. I'd like to vote yes for this, but I've been working on some things to address this problem that is a little bit different than this, and I'd like to talk to you about those going forward, along with my chairman, Chairman Rader, and our both staffs. So I'm sympathetic to this, but I don't quite think this is the way to do it. So I just wanted to voice that opinion so that you know I'm definitely sympathetic to the space, and our colleague who just spoke now spoke very eloquently about the need to address this. And I think one of the things that I'm looking at is a most favored nations for residents. We consume about over 10,000 kilowatt hours in Pennsylvania as residents, and I think that makes us a large energy user as a body of residents. So I think just using that market force, I think we can put a most favored nations clause into this, and I'm going to have to work with our team to figure out how we do that. So I don't think this is the way to do it, so I'll probably be a no today, but I apologize for that no ahead of time, Mr. Chairman.
Sure. I appreciate you letting me know that, and I'd be happy to work with you on that. Further discussion? Okay, I mean, I'll just note in passing, you know, the enormous energy usage of cryptocurrency mining operations. I've read just the other day, the electricity used by cryptocurrency mining operations is equivalent to Poland's use of electricity. So it's in a carbon-constrained world. We have to be aware of this. We have to deal with this, and the first step is understanding where these operations are and what they're doing and what they're using. So this is, again, just a resolution to understand what's happening. It doesn't prevent any companies from doing anything or require companies to do anything other than tell us where their operations are and what they're doing. Okay. Let's call the roll on this one, Evan.
Vitale,
Yes.
Brown,
Designation yes.
Fleming, Hohenstein,
Designation yes.
Isaacson, Kazim,
Designation yes.
Otten,
Designation yes.
Pielli, Rivera, Salisbury,
Designation yes.
Siegel,
Designation yes.
Steele,
Designation yes.
Takak, Webster, Rader,
No.
Bashline, Day, Flick,
Designation no.
James,
Designation no.
Mahaffey, Pugh, Schmidt, Schaefer,
Designation no.
Stender, Twardzik,
Designation no.
Wentling.
Okay, the bill passes, will be reported out of committee and reported to the House floor. Final item of the day, I don't see Rep. Sappi in the room, but we will do her amendment anyway. The chair calls up House Resolution 167, Go Public Gardens Day by Rep. Sappi. The question is, will the committee report House Resolution 167? Evan, would you give a brief description of this resolution?
House Resolution 167 recognizes the week of May 9th through May 18th, 2025 as Go Public Gardens Days.
Okay, any discussion? Joe?
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. I'll just make a quick comment on Rep. Sappi's behalf. She represents Longwood Gardens, and I think if you've ever been there, it's an outstanding place to go and visit and see gardens and environment and a history of ecology that they've put together there. And I think that's probably her inspiration for this resolution, and I'm certainly in favor. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate that. Further discussion? Are there any negative votes on House Resolution 167? The chair sees none, so this resolution passes unanimously and will be reported to the House. So that's all we have today. Any Chair Rader, any final closing thoughts here?
No closing thoughts, but thank you very much for a well-run meeting.
Okay, that's meeting's adjourned. Okay.